Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Ultimate Vault Hunter Mode Legendary Weapon Guide here on Borderlands the pre-sequel. Today I'm going to be going into a review of another Legendary Weapon inside the pre-sequel, and we're going to be taking a look at the Viral Marketeer shotgun, which can be picked up inside the game. And yeah, as usual with all the Legendary Weapon Guides, I'll first show you exactly how to get it. We'll have a look into the stats and details about the shotgun, and then I'll give it a little go at the end and tell you guys exactly what I think of it. So, without further ado, let's get on with the guide. So, to start off with, where do you get the Viral Marketer from? Well, unfortunately, like most legendaries inside the pre-sequel, the Viral Marketer does not have a designated boss drop. The only way to get it is to obtain it from a random loot source, which can include any random world drops from bosses or badass enemies, which is what I'm doing right here. This is of course the Shadow Trap loot pool at the end of the Eos and Eclipse battle in the Kleptastic Voyage DLC, and the only reason I'm using this is because it's a guaranteed legendary, as you can see popping out at the end every time. And the legendary in question that we got today was luckily the Viral Marketer. That is why I'm doing this guide right now. Other loot sources can be found in the grinder, where you take 2 legendary weapons and then a purple shotgun, put them in the grinder, moonstone grind them, and that will produce a legendary shotgun. So keep going until you get the Viral Marketer out of there. Or of course anything like vending machines, weapon vending machines, they will of course have the chance to have these in randomly as well. Just make sure you bring a lot of money, because legendary weapons cost a lot. So yeah, that is exactly how to get it. Now let's take a closer look at the stats of this thing. So as always, we'll take a closer look at this thing. We'll get an overview going. This is exactly what a Viral Marketer will look like. Very, very nice looking shotgun. So we'll make that a little bit bigger in a second and make it look all fancy for the thumbnail. But yeah, the legendary Viral Marketer is a legendary shotgun manufactured by Hyperion, and is of course obtained randomly from any loot source. Special weapon effects, the red text says forward, 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 lol, check this out guys. It always comes corrosive. No other element unfortunately can be got out of it, but the projectiles fired ricochet off surfaces, so you'll see that every time you fire it they will bounce back. Increased accuracy and recoil reduction rate, decreased projectile count and reload speed. So under usage and description in the wiki, it says despite the low projectile count, the Viral Marketer bouncing projectiles can be used to great effect against crowds or fast moving enemies. Furthermore, its increased accuracy and reverse recoil make it excel at landing critical hits against common enemies. The trivia says viral marketing is actually a marketing strategy utilising popular social networking services to increase awareness and sales. So that's what this thing is named after. So the Viral Marketer comes in many different prefixes, including the Practical Viral Marketer, where we'll have increased projectile count. Restructuring Viral Marketer is increased melee. Scalable is better mag size. Social Viral Marketer is increased overall stats. The potential has more accuracy. The critical is obviously critical damage increase, and the reactive is faster reload speed. And once again, it will only ever come in the cryo element. So that's everything you need to know about the Viral Marketer. Now, of course, like always, we'll compare it with another legendary weapon and see how it stacks up. And the legendary shotgun I've decided to compare it against is the Sledge's Shotty. Now obviously this is a cryo Sledge's Shotty. I couldn't actually get one that was corrosive in time to do this video, but that really doesn't matter, because the freeze chance and the corrode damage is the same as the corrode chance and the freeze damage of each weapon anyway. So as you can see straight away, base damage, it only has 8,000 base damage with a ×5 projectile count. The Sledge's Shotty has more projectile count at ×11, and the damage is 10,000. So the Sledge's Shotty off the bat, even though these things both fire multiple projectiles out, the Sledge's Shotty overall fires more and with a more damage. So Very, very good, the Sledge's shotty on that. Unfortunately, though, it's not very accurate. The viral marketer is much more accurate than the Sledge's shotty. Absolute trounces it with 75.8, which is not bad for a shotgun, because obviously these things aren't meant to be pinpoint precise weapons. But yeah, the viral marketer is very good in that sense. The fire rate is not too bad, but it's nowhere near as good as the Sledge's shotty. Of course, the reload speed is a lot better than the Sledge's shotty. It's only 2.6 reload speed, which is pretty good. But it does have a medium to low magazine size for a shotgun at only 11 in the clip, compared to the 20 of the Sledge's shotty. So I'd say overall they both have their perks. They're very similar shotguns, but as you can see, stats wise, it's half goes to one, half goes to the other, which isn't bad, 'cause you can then say that these two things are probably the same kind of benefit to use them both. But hands down, I'd pick the viral marketer over the Sledge's shotgun anyway. So yeah, as usual with these guys, well, I'll take this to a little tryout, and I'll tell you exactly what I think of it. Well, I'll be honest, this thing was a hell of a lot better in Borderlands 2. This is, of course, a slightly different version of the conference call from Borderlands 2. A bit like the Fatale and the Bitch in between the two games. They're just basically renamed and look slightly different in the pre-sequel compared to Borderlands 2. This is exactly the same. This is basically a conference call from Borderlands 2 with a different name. Now, the gun in general, it's because it's only restricted to corrosive element. There's not a lot of things in this game that actually are really weak against corrosive. There is, of course, the Lost Legion power suits, things like that. But apart from that, everything else has high shields. They're mainly human enemies or animal enemies. This thing is definitely a lot better in Borderlands 2 with all those Hyperion loaders. It would absolutely thrive there. But in this game, it does suffer quite a lot, just for the fact that there is a lot of shielded enemies. So I do recommend using something like a Quasar grenade or something like that, maybe a shock Oz kit to actually, strip those shields off the enemies first, and then it does do quite well for a corrosive only weapon. It is still pretty powerful, but I do recommend using it with someone like Nisha, who's obviously more of a killer with the Tombstone and Showdown combo. Any weapon's made quite powerful with that anyway. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. That is another Ultimate Vault Mode Legendary Weapon Guide here on Borderlands Pre-Sequel. That was the Viral Marketer Shotgun Weapon Guide. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.